What's up, people? This is the Trip of Twins podcast. uh, with only one half of the Trip Twins today, as has become like kind of custom as of this moment in time until we get our act together. So, so this is Darren, Jack somewhere in Essex. Who knows what he's in? Today I'm with my good friend Donkey Kong.
No, it's not my name.
That's just, I'm not gonna let her a bit of her life, but yeah, there's, there's a reason why we're calling her Donkey Kong, but she doesn't like that. The reason she's on here today is because we're going to be talking about being a third wheel while on holiday. And how do you want me to refer to you then if we're not going to refer to you as Donkey Kong?
Just my name, it's fine.
Gonna refer to her by our government. It's
Yeah,
my friend Daisy here.
Daisy.
Daisy. So yeah, I feel like in my case, there's been like several times where people have invited me to come on holiday with them. A lot of the time it's where it's the female part of the couple that invites me to come along, and I've always thought, yeah, you know what, probably not. I'm not sure how the other half is gonna feel. So a lot of the time, I've turned it down. But I guess you're in a slightly different scenario.
Yeah, so I would be the female friend to the girl, so maybe not as weird. So my best friend, probably shouldn't name her, should I?
I guess you don't have to.
Okay, yeah. So my best friend, me and her wanted to go away travelling more because of like the restrictions reason and that. So we went to Italy earlier this year, and her boyfriend, so she's got a long-term boyfriend of like 5 years, I think. And yeah, we went to Italy, and he expressed that he was a bit jealous that he didn't come. So then we were going to plan a trip, us three, so me, my friend, and her boyfriend. And the thought of it, I thought, but his dad's got an apartment in Spain, so I thought, it's like half a free holiday. That outweighs the potential awkwardness of being a third wheel on a holiday. And then, long story short, we couldn't do that anymore. So me and my friend planned a trip to Portugal just for a few days, and his schedule didn't line up with ours, so he couldn't come. And yeah, planned it, booked it, and then it was like a couple of weeks before, my friend asked me like on a few different occasions if she would mind her boyfriend coming, and I thought, it's probably not the end of the world if he comes. It'll be like a different experience because I've never been away with a couple, having like a bigger group setting, but just as like a three. I've never done that. So I thought, what could be the worst thing that could happen? I could just feel a bit awkward at times, but it is what it is. And I think she was being like more sensitive about the situation. She was thinking too much into it. She was thinking, oh, Daisy's going to feel really awkward, maybe because she hasn't met my boyfriend so many times, she's going to feel uncomfortable and those types of things. So I think if anything, she was making it out to be more awkward than what it was going to be, just in her mind. And I said, no, it's cool, he can come. So we flew out on the Thursday, and then he met us on the Friday, and then we were going home on the Monday, so it was only 4 days. And I knew that he's pretty laid back, so I thought out of anyone, he's probably the best person to go with. And out of all of my friends who are in couples, they're probably one of the better couples to go away with. Sorry. So if anyone else hears this, apologies.
So what makes them a better couple compared to some of the other groups?
So I've known my friend for like years, and she's just like me. We have like similar interests, similar kind of like sense of humour, personality, so we get on really well. Otherwise I wouldn't be going on holiday with her so much. And the times that I have met a boyfriend, again, he's been really laid back, and she wouldn't be with him if he was weird. So I trust her sense of what's it called, judge of character, that's what it's called. Yeah, so I thought, yeah, what's the worst that can happen, this guy.
So what, you feel like your other friends might be a bit...
I can't throw him under the bus
Why not?
in case they hear this random podcast.
maybe not now. Maybe in a couple of years when we've finally blown.
Yeah, and I'll tell them to like listen from earliest back. So hopefully they'll never hear this episode. So like earlier I said I'd been away with another couple, but in a group setting. So there was just them as a couple, and then 4 or 5 of us, just girls, and that wasn't so bad because being like as single people, that kind of like outnumbered the couple. And again, that couple is quite chilled out, relaxed, but they're the kind of couple that are quite like lovey-dovey. So I mean, go for it as a couple, you can do that, but I think when it's just the 3 of you, like, you need to chill out a bit with that kind of stuff. So like in being in a bigger group setting, like it was kind of diluted in a sense. It wasn't too awkward because that you were busy like chatting to other people rather than it just being 3 people. So yeah, out of all my friends, they're probably the couple that would go away with just another person. So that's another factor in it. Some other couples probably don't feel comfortable going away with just one other person. So yeah, that's why I thought they're probably the best couple to go away with first as a third wheel. Yeah.
I'm with you. So when you realised it was gonna be, or there was gonna be a third wheel, that being you, like what was the first thing that came to mind that you thought, oh, what do I need to be mindful of?
So I wouldn't say I'm the most outgoing person. I can be like an introvert and that a bit shy. So I know sometimes shyness can make other people feel awkward. So I had that in mind if it was going to be like, so yeah, I'm a shy person, so I had to be mindful of that because it can make other people feel awkward. So if my friend went out and it was just me and her boyfriend together, that was a thought that was at the back of my mind, like, is he going to feel awkward with just me because we've only met each other a couple times? Am I going to feel awkward? I need to not be shy. I need to ask him questions and that kind of thing. And I don't have a lot of male friends either, so I know people are just people, but sometimes platonic boy-girl relationships, friendships can start off a bit awkward. So yeah, I thought I was really nervous about being a third wheel and feeling left out and uncomfortable, but I knew I can't remember what I was going to say.
In the meantime, to be fair, that interesting you say that, because I was gonna say about just kind of like the complete opposite. I feel like the closest I've got to probably being a third wheel, and it wasn't even a third wheel, was going abroad. Or we were planning to go abroad with one of my like good female friends, and like everything was going to plan, and then her boyfriend kind of shut that down. I was thinking, a bit random.
Oh, is it?
So it's interesting, obviously, being a third wheel, and then likewise, in another scenario where there's just the 2 of you that's gonna go abroad. How would you feel about that? If your other half was gonna go abroad with his female best friend.
If my pretend boyfriend was going away
with his female best friend, how would you feel about that?
And her boyfriend.
No, just
them 2.
Yeah, just them 2.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a bit weird.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Pretty my own insecurities, isn't it? I mean, obviously, I would know the friend, isn't it? It's hard speaking from a situation that I don't know, like in and out, because it's a pretend situation, isn't it? So it's easy saying I would feel this way, I wouldn't feel that way, but I don't know the reality. But yeah, I would know the friend, so there would be no reason for me to be like, oh, this is weird. I mean, I would be thinking, why am I not invited? And if she had a boyfriend, why is he not invited? There would have to be like a justification as to why I wasn't going, or if it'd be like, I can't get time off.
We're boys, bro.
Yeah.
So we're boys.
Yeah, I guess so.
That was my like perspective when it was like, we're boys. If we were going out to a restaurant, the 2 of us, like, you wouldn't have an issue. So what would the difference be with us going abroad?
What, for like a week?
think we're only going for like a weekend or something.
Oh, weekend. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do your
Do your
thing.
thing. Because yeah, like for me, it was like, oh, I didn't have any issues with him.
Yeah.
Not sure if I could say the same now, but
Oh, is
that-
it?
that's a conversation for another time. Probably on here as well. Probably definitely not on here.
Airing your business.
But yeah, I feel like I've met him. He's met me. He knows the relationship that we have. So why would that be an issue?
Yeah.
Just wanted to go to abroad. Just wanted to go abroad. That's it.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
That's it.
I guess I can see it from his point of view. If he's insecure, then he's going to feel some type of way about it.
Mm.
So was he invited? No.
He wasn't.
So he's going to be feeling some type of way and he not being invited to a holiday. Yeah. I can see your point of view and I can see his point of view too. I'm just sitting on the fence.
Being soft.
Yeah.
Because I think from my perspective on that, it would be like if it's the same sort of thing. If I understand that's someone that you're tight with, and I know if you're going to be the person I'm with for at the time, I guess the rest of your life, you know this person's going to be involved anyway. So
Yeah.
why would you block an aspect of their relationship?
Yeah. I guess this isn't the topic we're speaking about, but I guess she would have to question her relationship, innit?
Mm.
If he's got a problem with like one of her like best friends, then yeah. But let me not speak on that too much.
So I guess that suddenly become a subheading of this. Would you allow your other half to go travel with their best friend
Of the opposite sex.
Yep, of the opposite sex. And it turns out that DK would
They know my name.
would say no because her honest insecurity. So what did it take for you to overcome that then?
Like I said, I can't speak on it too much because I've not been in that situation. But if I would obviously know that girl, so I know there's nothing going on.
Mm.
So, why would you be insecure? Unless something was like in the back of your mind, and then you just got to communicate. Communication's important, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So if so now what potentially do you think you could put in place to stop that from occurring in the first place? So if you felt like it's gonna happen, what could you do on your part then to stop any potential insecurities? What would you do?
Just air my thoughts.
Have a webcam in the house and everything.
No. I wouldn't be doing that.
Have a webcam in the house. I want you to call me every hour.
Tracking your phone.
Every hour.
Put your location on. Find my friends.
I want to be able to hear every conversation the two of you are having.
Nah, not at all. Because you've been friends for a long time.
Mm.
But it just depends on your history. If it's like someone you used to like be seeing and now you're just like best friends, then you gotta like have that in the back of your mind, I guess.
I see. But I guess we have to come back to the strand because that was a little sidetrack because you couldn't remember what you were saying about being a third wheel.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, after you did go on the trip, was there anything that surprised you being the third wheel?
How awkward it wasn't. So I feel like one thing I was mindful of was like the power balance. I know I spoke about this one other time with you. So obviously with a couple, they know each other inside and out because they've been together so long. And then with me and my friend, I'd like to think that I know her really well. So I can like kind of tell what she's thinking. She can probably see what I'm thinking. And then she can see what her boyfriend's thinking. And then her boyfriend can see what she's thinking. But me and the boyfriend don't have that. So, like when it comes to like opinions and like what we want to be doing for that day, I knew that my friend and her boyfriend would have already had this discussion, just them two. So when they're coming to me with like the same topic, they've already got like a plan in their head, but they're just seeing if my thoughts align with that. And again, I don't know if I was thinking too much into it, but then I kind of felt in a way that I had to be like more laid back. I am the type of person to like go with the flow, but I felt like I had to be more so a go with the flow kind of person on that holiday, to not like ruin anyone's plans or make anyone feel uncomfortable by saying I want to do this.
So when you say go with the flow, like, because you said the two of them would have probably had the conversation already, so it's like basically agree with what they wanted to do. All right.
Yeah. Is that not clear?
Yeah, no, I was with you, just making sure.
Yeah.
So essentially, did you not have like a plan of stuff that you wanted to do beforehand, or was it like
not really? So me and my friend went to Italy earlier this year, and that was the kind of holiday where we had like plans every day. Whereas with this holiday, we just wanted like a more relaxing holiday where we didn't have like too many plans, like just like a chilled holiday. But obviously we didn't want to just be like sitting around all day, so there were like a couple of times when we made plans, and I just said no, you choose, I don't mind, because like I said, I wouldn't be going on holiday with them if we weren't similar. Because if I knew that we had two different ideas of what we wanted to get out of this holiday, I wouldn't have gone. So I knew that just saying I'll go with the flow, either way is going to be something that I want to do. It's not going to be something that I feel uncomfortable doing or something that I just like totally hate the idea of. Yeah.
So like you saying that about going with the flow, as you know, like I'm very regimented with the whole holiday thing.
Yes.
So me being a third wheel, how would you recommend someone like me being the third wheel and dealing with it?
I think prior to going on holiday and booking it, you would have to have the discussion, not a formal discussion, just a chat about what you both want to get out of this holiday. And I know that does sound a bit weird, because you shouldn't have like aims and objectives as well on a holiday.
Let's objective one.
But yeah, just like knowing what you both want to get out of it. Like if you want to like go exploring, or if you want to go see like this museum, or go to like this building, or if you just want to like sit at the pool all day, which is, I don't think is a bit of you. But I assume that you would know that the people you're going on holiday with would have similar ideas of what they want to be doing. So I guess that would be like a starting point, is like choosing the couple wisely, and knowing that you are like similar to an extent, and you want to be doing similar things on this trip. But then you can like do your own thing. Just because you like fly out with them and you have the same accommodation and that doesn't mean that you have to like stick together like 3 peas in a pod the whole time.
Did you go out and do anything by yourself while you were there then?
No, I didn't. No. That's probably just me. I've only ever travelled like once by myself abroad, and even then I was meeting someone out there. So I don't know, it's just like the safety aspect, I must admit, of like travelling by myself. I just feel like I'm going to be kidnapped and robbed and left for dead, which I know isn't reality, but I just have this thought at the back of my mind that that's going to happen. So no, I didn't explore by myself, but I'm open to it. Just depends on the area you go to.
Okay.
So when I went to Italy, the area we were staying, I wouldn't have felt too safe going out by myself. But in Portugal, I would have felt safe going out by myself. But I didn't.
It's interesting you say that now, because I was thinking now, I feel like that's like another thing you have to consider when you're choosing your couple. Because I'm guessing if it's like they probably would expect you to kind of like piss off so they can do their own thing. It's like, if you know that's not your character, it's like, does that come instantly make them like a write off as a couple? Cause then...
No, so that it was the opposite actually. I said to my friend, I was like, it'd be nice maybe if we go away again, that I'll go do my own thing, and then I'll just like meet up with you for like dinner or whatnot. And she like took offence to it. She was like, what? Why would you not want to spend the day with us? Like, do you not want to do what we're doing? Do we make you feel uncomfortable? I said, no, not at all. Like, you're on holiday. You want to obviously spend time together, and you don't want to be always at the back of your mind. Like, oh, we can't do this because we have to include Daisy. We can't do that because Daisy might feel awkward. So that's why I said it. Just we do our own thing, and then it would be nice to like come back at the end of the day and talk about what we've done that day.
No, the question was, oh, do you think you'd have to be mindful of the couple you're choosing, and if you know, based on the fact that like you might want to go, they might want to go do their own thing, but then you're not the most comfortable going out by yourself.
I think you would have to be mindful of that. So if, for example, you went away with a couple that were like really nervous to like be abroad, and you were like their safety blanket, it's probably not. It's not a bit of you, is it? So you would have to politely decline their invitation. But if you knew they were like an independent couple, then yeah, go for it. But you'd have to know that beforehand, innit?
Interesting. So was there anything like about Portugal, where you went in Portugal in particular, that like kind of helped with you guys being like a free?
It was like a mini England. So we went to Albufeira in Portugal.
Wish I knew where that was though.
It's like on the Algarve, like that kind of area. Like on the coast. And yeah, everyone was English. Like we would phone up a place to see if they had availability. It'd be an English person that answered. And I couldn't get over it. I thought everyone would be Portuguese. Yeah, everyone spoke English. Everywhere there's like barely any Portuguese food. It was like all like English food. All of like the like club promoters were English. Just everything. It's like a mini England.
So I guess that kind of helps with the anxiety potentially of being abroad, because if you know it, like if everything's pretty much the same like it would be at home, I guess that's one less thing to worry about, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. But I didn't know that before going there. I thought it was going to be like a bit Englishy, like for example like Tenerife or Ibiza, and then like mostly Portuguese. So like you would have to like obviously speak Portuguese to get by and all of that. But it wasn't. I didn't speak a word of Portuguese. I think I said obrigada once. But that was just me forcing it.
Just so you can say you spoke in Portuguese while you're in Portugal.
Yeah.
Cool. Was there anything, so from you, was there any sort of highlights of being a third wheel?
Yeah, so when me and my friend went away in Italy, I suppose it was a different kind of holiday. So, when we went to Italy, it was like calm just being two of you, because what we did didn't really impact on the amount of people there were. Like there could have been either two of you or there could have been 10 of you. It didn't matter. But in Portugal, when we were like in the pool and that, we could like play games, like piggy in the middle. So that was fun. Obviously, you can't play pig in the middle with two people.
So you're saying with the two of you, like your company's crap, and then when there's a third person, suddenly enjoy being in each other's presence.
No, it's not that. It's just like Portugal was like a relaxing, like fun holiday. Not that exploring and sightseeing isn't fun, but like when you want to play games and that, it's just easier when there's a third person. So that was a highlight, and
were you guys staying in the same like apartment, or was it different?
Yes, this was another thing. When we booked it, so we booked it with the idea of just us two of us going. So it was just an apartment above like a bar, and there was just one bedroom. But we knew it had a sofa bed, but we didn't really pay that no mind. We wanted somewhere that had a kitchen so we could like prepare food if we wanted to, and somewhere like near everything. So that was like our criteria. And we would just share the bed. And then when her boyfriend said he was coming, that was one thing where I was like, oh, how's this going to work? And we couldn't amend our booking to make it 3 people, but we knew there was a sofa bed, so we knew there was space for everybody. So yeah, we all stayed in the same apartment, but I guess this was one of, not awkward, but like something you had to navigate. You had to carefully. So there was obviously one like big bed and then a sofa bed, which was quite small. And my friend was obviously going to share with her boyfriend, but I was happy to share with her. I just knew I didn't want to share a bed with him because that's a bit strange. So I don't even think we had the conversation, but they just said, "Oh, you can sleep in the bed, and then we'll sleep on the sofa bed." And I did feel a bit awkward by doing that because the sofa bed clearly wasn't as comfortable as the bed. And I did say that there's two of you are better sleeping in the bed, and then I'll just sleep on the sofa bed. But they just said nah. They were really accommodating, if anything, of me. Like, if anything, like over thoughtful and over mindful, if that's a thing. Yes, yeah, we all shared the same apartment, which was fine.
Oh, sweet. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if you had this conversation with them. But what have they said? Like how they found it with you being there?
No, I don't know. We haven't had that conversation. I don't know how truthful they would be. Yeah. I think I would have got the vibe that anyone was feeling uncomfortable. I think there was a moment where sorry, not answering your question, but there was a moment where her boyfriend struggled to understand my sense of humour. So I'm like a really sarcastic person, like really dry, and I said something and he thought I was being serious, so then I just ran with it, and that was just making him, and I don't know why I did it, but it was just making him feel more and more uncomfortable, and he kept looking at my friend saying, "Is she being serious?" And then she was running with it as well, and she was like, "Yeah," and then I don't know if it was awkward, but he got over it and it's fine. But I didn't mean to make him feel uncomfortable, but it's just my sense of humour. Just seeing people squirm. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So like if you would say like from their perspective, what they did enjoy about having you be in the third wheel, what do you think they might say?
Playing piggy in the middle.
So piggy in the middle was clearly like it should be everyone's highlight if they're gonna be a third wheel.
Yeah, there was a communal bowl in the swimming pool. Yeah, so that we didn't stay in an apartment that had like a pool or any facilities, so which was something that we should have looked into more. So we found a pool that was like accessible for the public. You just had to pay, I think, like £3, €3 even for the use of the pool. And then yeah, they just had a communal bowl and communal like floats and that everyone could use.
I don't know, when you say communal bowl, I don't know, it just sounds so suspect. I don't know why.
What
like communal bowl, like what?
What else can I call it?
I honestly have no idea. Like it clearly makes sense, but like communal balls, like what? Like why is there a communal ball? And then do you think if there was anything that they would have said is a downer with having you as a third wheel, what do you think they might have said?
I think I definitely hindered their sex life. I think that's the main thing. Did you not expect me to say that?
Honestly, it doesn't even cross my mind, to be fair, you know.
Yeah, I definitely hindered that aspect of their relationship.
She didn't give you any hints to say like piss off sort of thing, or
Nah. So I don't know if I should speak on this. So they did stuff with me in the apartment, but just not in the room.
Okay.
I was surprised at that though. I just thought they would be able to abstain for 4 days. Obviously, there must have been something in the Portuguese air. Yeah.
You'd expect? What, is that what you expected? Like, yeah, like you would expect them to be best behaviour.
Not best behaviour, but I just didn't expect. I just didn't realise it would be at the forefront of their minds. But when needs must.
What were you doing to keep yourself occupied during that period?
I was sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in bed, tucked up in bed. I'm an early bird, so I was in bed. I think the first night we went to sleep quite early, and then the second night when he was there, was it that night? We had a couple of cocktails, so they must have been feeling a bit frisky. Yeah. No, yeah, I was just snoozing away.
So you found out because she told you, or
Yeah,
like?
yeah, she told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have been none the wiser.
Nah, none the wiser.
So you got to make sure your person's like a proper sleepyhead. That's something else then.
Yeah, to be fair, we were above like a really loud bar, so I wouldn't have heard anything anyway.
Ah.
Yeah.
So
another pro tip: go somewhere where there's a bar below you, so you don't hear anything.
Multi-location, or someone that once they fall asleep, they're not hearing anything.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds good. I think I could probably be a perfect third wheel then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess that's probably everything. Unless there's anything else you feel that people should know as a third wheel, or the couple in the third wheel scenario.
I just think if you want to go on holiday and the people are good vibes and you know they're not going to cause any drama, like arguments, then go for it. And everything split 3 ways is cheaper. So, yeah.
Yeah, what was that like then? Yeah, was it any part where they're like, oh yeah, we'll pay for it?
Yeah, so this was another, not awkward thing, but they insisted on paying for everything, which is a bonus. I still spent all the money I took with me, but when it come to meal times, when we were to get drinks, obviously we would all order together. So when the bill came, Alice's boyfriend was always the first person to say, I'll pay. So we had to force him to say no, we have to pay. Otherwise he would have spent so much money. But yeah, no, that was a good thing. With the accommodation, that's split 3 ways. If you were to get taxi, split 3 ways.
Cool. So that's another thing then. Find someone that's willing to put their hand in their pocket.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah.
Not going to stop you whatsoever. That sounds cool. And thank you for coming.
That's okay. It's been a pleasure.
Wonderful. So that was our topic on being a third wheel, and a side note of should you be allowed to travel with your best friend if they have a partner. See you later, peeps.